is Saturday, September 4th. I've been sleeping most of the day because I've been sick after my session this morning. And I saw the waves in my sleep when I was getting ready to go to sleep after my session this morning, because I had a session this morning. And then I decided to go to sleep, and I just got up. It's like 5 something. But the waves, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So beautiful. It was purple, and there was tints of blue, dark blue, and it looked very cloudy. Like, it looked very 3D-ish this time. Usually it's very much like, it's not that it's, I mean, there's movement, but it didn't look like this. Like, there's usually like if you're looking at a portrait, a fake portrait that's moving, right, with the waves and stuff. This looked more 3D-ish. It looked more like there was more depth almost to the color. It looked 3D-ish. Like, there was this element of like looking at, it reminded me of clouds, and there's this 3D element more so on this side. So it was the beautiful purple, and there was blue this time, and then there were the waves, and the waves were just like just moving, but there was just a lot of like movement, and it wasn't like a separate, like I think other times there's like a gap in the middle. No, it was just like very flowy, overlapping this time. And then it would get to the point, and then it would like move this way to my left, and then it would kind of like with the up and down motion, it would kind of move this way, and then it would almost kind of like create this, like it's wanting to come up, but it stops like right about there. So it's like it's flowing, and then it kind of goes up, and then it stops about that much. So it's different than the cycles. Even the cycles, I'm trying to remember the cycles. When there was this movement of like a cycle, but that would, or maybe it is part of that. I've never seen it where it's like this, where it just kind of stops like at an angle. It usually with the cycle ones, it'll like, there's this just like, I know it's a cycle, and it's just, and it'll stop like up to here, and then it'll go like this, you know, like I think I've mentioned it before. But this one was like, it was a little different because it just felt like it was like just like an angle almost, like, and I just remember thinking, that's a different cycle. Like, it's like, if it were a cycle, I'll know, I guess, tomorrow. I'm gonna meditate tomorrow. I was just so tired today. I didn't meditate, I just wanted to sleep. But I'll make time tomorrow to meditate, to see if it is a cycle. If it's a cycle, I'll see it like moving, or maybe, or I'll see the same thing to tell me like, this is where I'm still at. Yeah, that's what it was. So it's just beautiful, and the movement of it, there was this cloudy sense to it too, like this, there was like tints of like, I don't want to say white, but maybe like pink white. So it's just I need to do this wet on wet technique that Gary suggested, because that's what it reminded me of. It when I saw it, like I instinctively, like I knew what it was. I was like, oh wow, this is gorgeous. Like, and it was tied more to a lot of those images, like if there was like this nice, like, oh, I recognize you now, like that's what I've seen. But the colors were more they were brighter. It was just brighter. It wasn't the dark, shadowy purple. It was brighter and it looked beautiful. And I remember greeting it. I was just like, hey, how are you? Like I was like whispering it as I'm talking, as I'm seeing it, right? My eyes are closed and I'm seeing it. And it's moving. I'm like, oh, I love seeing you move. And then I did pose the question. Gary suggested, like, what if we pose the question, like, may I paint you, right? And it just, and even after I posed the question, it just kept moving. I was just like, okay, and just being present with it. And it was so lovely. And but the colors were brighter. Like, it was just a brighter purple and blue, and there was a tint of pink, white, like it was just really lovely. And the movement was just so, like, it was just really nice. But then I noticed that it was going into like a shape, like, you know, where it was like, and then it would stop here, and then it did it a few times. So I knew that was a different movement, because it's at an angle here. And I've never seen it, like, you know, stop at an angle. I don't remember ever seeing it at an angle. I've seen it where it like goes like this, but then it stops. That's what I saw. I've been having a lot of dreams last night, and even today when I slept all day, the same individuals. So I want to give them a call. I was dreaming of my ex-mother-in-law. I need to call her. I've been thinking about her last week, that I needed to send her a card or something, and she's been on my mind. But I mean, it was significant, like last night, and then today. I mean, I don't go to bed thinking about individuals, not usually. And it was just like this continuous theme, and I'm just like, I should call, and just see how they're doing. I just don't want them to hear me sick, because they're very caring people and very loving people, and they'll be worried. Excuse me, they'll be worried. I don't want them worried. It's just the cold. That's all. I just want to share that.
My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, you know, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience, and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, you know, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and you know, we'll see what else comes next for me. So take care.